So, I like what you did with Bobby Collins there.
Oh yeah?
A little mighty midget taught him a lesson. So, we've been talking. We'd like to offer you an associate spot in the Sons of Anarchy.
Hey, I'm backstage with Eclipse now. In a matter of minutes, you're going to be stepping into the ring with one half of the CWE Tag Team Champions, Tyler Colton. What's your game plan going into this match?
Let me tell you, Tyler Colton, I'm very well aware of everything you've done, and I'm ready. I've prepared very hard for this night. You're gonna go down, brother. You're gonna go down hard. I'm gonna fly high. I'm gonna death defy.
All right, let's head to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this opening contest is set for one fall. Introducing first,
Welcome to CWE TV. I'm Mike Young, joined by Dynamite Dave Petro, and we kick things off with a match between Eclipse and Tyler Colton.
Eclipse a great account for himself last week in that fatal four-way match that ATM went on to win, and of course next week we'll challenge Stevie Richards right here on CWE TV. But I gotta tell you, Eclipse fast. He seemed to bond well with Tommy Lee Curtis and has a big task ahead of him tonight.
Yeah, against one half of the CWE Tag Team Champions, who we are about to see welcomed into the arena here in Gladstone, Manitoba.
This is going to be one big match, and the fans are in for a real treat.
he is one half of the CWE Tag Team Champions and Max, the Blue-Eyed Idol, Tyler Colton.
There they are, the CWE Tag Team Champions. You can't get one without the other. Tyler Colton headed to the ring, accompanied by his mentor, his trainer, and the other half of the CWE Tag Team Champions, the Zombie Hunter, Mentolo.
Does there seem to be a bit more swagger in Tyler Colton's step, Mike? Because, you know, of course, carrying the gold, the Tag Team Championship, is his head getting a little bit, you think?
Well, he's not only carrying the gold, Dave, he's also wearing the gold. He's got grills in his mouth, gold teeth.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I saw some of the reflections off the teeth blinding me as he was walking towards the ring.
And to me, if you're wearing grills, your ego is getting pretty big. You're right.
I think you'll be posing with money in your hand in Las Vegas.
Yep, money phone on the way for Tyler Colton. He's got his hands full here with Eclipse, a guy who's got, like you mentioned, Dave, a lot of speed and some very unique offense that we've seen. Guys that wear masks typically embrace that lucha style, very hard to train for and adapt to. Mentolo knows it well, and hopefully he's passed some of that knowledge on to Tyler Colton here.
Absolutely right, and we've seen Tyler Colton grow throughout the many months of CWE television, and I don't mean grow physically, because the man is getting, I would think, in better shape, but grow as a wrestler, grow as the way he carries himself in the ring, and grow in his competitive ability.
Yeah, he's one of the fastest rising stars in Canadian professional wrestling, and he's grown leaps and bounds even in the last 6 months. Obviously now wearing tag team gold with his partner Mentolo, but a guy who's definitely got CWE singles gold in his future. In a, I would say within the next year, I would be surprised if he didn't have a title around his waist.
Now watch Mentolo at ringside, though. He takes on a real serious role as a teacher for Tyler Colton. It's like he's sitting there, he's studying the match and making mental notes, and maybe they meet back in the locker room afterwards and they talk about this. Now, of course, on the short end of the stick, if you will, of some great moves by Eclipse.
Well, we remember back before Colton was able to bind to the system with Mentolo, was taking some of those shortcuts, doing stuff behind the referee's back. Mentolo would always tell him in the locker room, you're not doing this right, you're not doing this right. And until Tyler Colton bought in, he wasn't having as much success, but now that he's fully bought into Mentolo's system, the wins keep coming for Tyler Colton. He was a bit taken off guard here by Eclipse, took him over there with a Hurricane Rana, and now going for a quick pin attempt. 1, 2, kick out there, almost a big-time upset by Eclipse over Colton.
Absolutely. But back to my point, do you think now, even though they are the tag team champions of CWE, do you think the coaching, the strategizing, and the learning is continuing in the dressing room.
I do think so. It never stops with Mentolo. He's always trying to make himself better, so you would think that he's going to try and make Colton better as well. Clips with a beautiful head scissor takeover there, rolling with some flash, and comes down with a double axe handle. 1, 2, and a kick out there by Colton, able to get the right shoulder up at just the last second there.
Expended more energy rolling into that pin than the actual pin, I think, but maybe that's a tactical error by the Clips in this one.
A little flash over substance there.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Kicking off the show there, how about the Mystery Client and Kevin Cannon? I believe they've now crossed the line here. They basically kidnapped JJ Sanchez, as JJ and Corey Kincaid were on the hunt for the real identity of the Mystery Client, and now the Mystery Client and Cannon won't let JJ out of their house. I think we might have to get the authorities involved here.
Absolutely. What kind of
The evidence is on video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're going to do something like that,
At least kick the camera crew out first.
absolutely. And but then again, who are they going to arrest? What kind of a warrant are you going to put out for the arrest of Mystery Client? What are you going to put a couple of question marks?
That's a good point. We don't know who he is. Kevin
Exactly.
Cannon, though, is in trouble.
Yeah, well, that guy's always in trouble. The guy's up to no good all the time, Kevin Cannon.
Tyler Colton now taking full control of this match, laying some huge blows across the back, and now looking to set Eclipse up for a suplex. The strength of Tyler Colton on display here in what is shades of the British Bulldog, a standing vertical suplex, taking Eclipse down hard and letting the blood rush to his head.
That was as close to a textbook suplex that I have ever seen anyone execute. So the student is learning under Mentolo.
Yeah, and he's learning, like I said, very, very quickly. Where he's come from 6 months ago, you would be shocked to say that this same guy is the guy we saw 6 months ago.
Now, we see this move a lot during their tag team matches.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Mentolo to come
Yeah.
by with boots to the face of Eclipse.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Tyler Colton locking in that camel clutch. Eclipse able to put some pressure and get Colton to sit up, but Colton drops that butt down across the lower back and sends Eclipse right back down to the canvas, and now tossing him out to the floor. And this is where we'll see if Mentolo gets involved in this matchup.
Yeah, he's lurking over there, and he's coming across, and I don't want to be the referee, of course, distracted by Tyler Colton.
Oh, a big slap to the face by Mentolo sends Eclipse down to the floor.
Hey, now all of a sudden it turns into a 2 against 1. I don't think that's what Eclipse signed up for tonight.
Yeah, I don't think Tyler Colton needs the help either.
No! He has his match firmly in control.
Certainly did, but Mentolo able to get his paws on Eclipse, do some unnecessary damage. I don't know how much damage a slap to the face does, but it certainly adds insult to injury as Colton rakes both boots over the eyes of Eclipse.
Well, you've been slapped in the face, I'm sure, many times in your life. It really just creates rage in you.
Yeah, it certainly does. And look at this. An odd maneuver being set up here by Colton. It's almost a reverse Boston Crab. Grabbing the arms.
Oh, no.
And this is a beautiful and painful maneuver in the center of the ring. We'll set up like a little rocking swing there. Dropping him down face first. Surprised we didn't see a submission there out of Eclipse.
Well, I don't know if the guy could. The guy's probably breathing in pain. He's probably getting all the air sucked out of his lungs. Probably couldn't say a word. It's not like he could tap.
Nope, a verbal tap. I don't even know if Eclipse speaks English. I haven't talked to him.
No, I have never. I don't know much about him. He just kind of blows in here, kind of like...
Colton now working over Eclipse. Referee administering a 5 count. Colton working it right to the count of 5. And now pushing the official. That's going to get you disqualified. Tyler Colton better watch himself. We saw disqualification a couple of weeks ago when Danny Duggan attacked an official. And from what we have been told, Duggan has been fined heavily for his actions. We will see him later tonight.
Absolutely. I believe some of this stuff is even confiscated by Executive Ambassador Shane Madison.
Yeah, we got big-time troubles from Danny Duggan. His pocketbook is a little bit lighter after his actions. Rock-bottoming official Bubbles McFly, and that caused Shane Madison to win that match by disqualification. Like I said, we will see Danny Duggan in our main event tonight, taking on international superstar Heavy Metal.
That's going to be one big main event. But I got to tell you something. When Bubbles McFly referees your match, I think there's a certain percentage of the crowd wants to see him get it.
I'm not going to argue with you. Dynamite Dave and Bubbles McFly, years of hatred towards each other.
Absolutely. That's the great way to put it.
Eclipse now taking him over again with a beautiful head scissor takeover. Colton sent in the corner, disoriented. And now Eclipse picking up Tyler Colton down hard, right in the top of the shoulder blades, down hard onto the canvas. And Eclipse getting the crowd behind him here in Gladstone, Manitoba.
I'd like to think there's a look of concern on Mentelo's face, but I can't tell.
Clips on the ring apron, over the top with a senton splash
Finish
on
him
Tyler
off.
Colton. Pin attempt, 1, 2, 3. No, a kick out there by Colton, getting that last ditch left arm up in the air and that shoulder off the canvas, saving the match for himself.
The timekeeper had the hammer in his hand to ring the bell on that one. That was a close call.
The timekeeper's been getting a little overzealous lately.
Absolutely. Hey, it's a fun job ringing the bell.
Eclipse. Oh, he made a mistake there, and Colton made him pay with a spine buster. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Eclipse getting his shoulder up at the last second. I thought that was over.
That was 2 and 31-32s.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Wow, close call. What action!
Tyler Colton now clubbing blows to the upper back of Eclipse. Dazed him. Eclipse ducks under though. Catches Colton. Beautiful back suplex. Plants Tyler Colton in the ring. Back and forth action in our opening contest
Gets
here on
the leg.
CWE TV. 2. Tyler Colton get the left shoulder up once again. And Eclipse can't believe it.
Both men have got to be exhausted from this match. This has been a high-intensity matchup, and this is the kind of action you see each and every week right here on CWE television.
Eclipse pointing upstairs. He is going to go to the top rope. Tyler Colton stirring slowly, climbing to his feet. One big move from either of these guys could put an end to this whole matchup. And Eclipse wants it to be a high-risk maneuver, but he got caught there by Colton, kicking out his legs and crotching him on that top turnbuckle. Colton's got a hold of him now, dropping him. It's almost a cradle brainbuster type maneuver by Tyler Colton. 1, 2, 3.
Got him.
That is it.
Wow.
One half of your CWE Tag Team Champions victorious here in Gladstone, Manitoba. The blue-eyed idol himself, Tyler Colton, is your victor as he kicks the back of Eclipse's head.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Colton, your winner. Bigger things ahead for the blue-eyed idol.
Hey yo, this right here is former WWE World Tag Team Champion, Grandmaster Sexay, Brian Christopher. And I got a little inside scoop for you. When you need a new ride, when you're tired of the one you got, or you need a new one, you want to look good, you want down the highway, you want to look good for all the girls, all the guys on the street corner, whatever, you call 123 approved. And they'll hook you up with a loan, get your new car, be looking fly, be looking like this guy. Oh yeah, 123 approved. Don't forget. Yeah.
The CWE store is now open for DVDs, pictures, posters of your favorite CWE stars. Go to cwecanada.ca.
Give your body the edge in one click with musclesbymyers.com. We have sports supplements, vitamins and minerals for all lifestyles and levels of fitness. And call or email for free one-on-one guidance. Smart buyers shop at Myers and musclesbymyers.com.
Thursday, June 27th, Canadian Wrestling's Elite makes its debut in Arborg, Manitoba at the Arborg Bifrost Community Center. 409 Recreation Center. Come check out all the stars of Canadian Wrestling's Elite. Bell time is 7 p.m. Tickets are $12 in advance and $15 at the door. This show will feature Arborg wrestling icon Chip, the Hardcore Kid Fletcher. Come down Thursday, June 27th and check out all the stars of Canadian Wrestling's Elite. June 28th, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canadian Wrestling's Elite returns featuring former WWE Tag Team Champion Paul London. This event goes down at the Casa de Minho Portuguese Center, 1080 Wall Street, is brought to you by 123approved.ca. Tickets are only $15 in advance, and you can get those tickets at Blade Hair Design, Rudy's Video, or Video 1001. Monday, July 1st, Canada Day. Canadian Wrestling's Elite makes its debut in Selkirk, Manitoba, as a part of the Canada Day Street Festival. Come check out all the stars of Canadian Wrestling's Elite, as well a special appearance by Selkirk's own Matt Fairlane. All this goes down at 12 noon Canada Day on Manitoba Avenue, right on the street in Selkirk, Manitoba. Friday, July 5th, Canadian Wrestling's Elite makes its debut at the Rookie Sports Bar inside the Central Hotel in Transcona. Bell time is 8 p.m. Tickets are only $10. They are available at the door or online at diobo.com. You must be 18 years of age or older to attend this event. Friday, August 23rd, Canadian Wrestling's Elite returns to Winnipeg with a show featuring former WWE Intercontinental Champion Val Venus. The show goes down at the Holy Cross Gymnasium, 290 Dubuque Street. Tickets are available for $15 in advance. You can get those tickets at Blade Hair Design, Rudy's Video, Video 1001, or online at diobo.com. And then the next night, Saturday, August 24th, Canadian Wrestling's Elite makes its return to Selkirk, Manitoba with a free show featuring former WWE superstar Val Venus. All this goes down at the Selkirk waterfront. Show starts at 6 p.m. Be sure to come check out Canadian Wrestling's Elite as we come to a town near you.
For Friday, July 5th at Rookies, AJ Sanchez challenges the pissed-off Pitbull Robbie Royce for the CWE Championship. Be sure to get your tickets for this blockbuster match taking place in the heart of Transcona inside the Central Hotel.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I don't know where he is. I checked the buffet place. I checked the exercise place. I checked the gym. Yeah, but you're sure this is the place, though? Are you sure? Absolutely? Okay, I trust you. Okay.
Hey Bobby, a while back, I was seriously having a good beating. We had a lot of history. Thank you for it.
I'll be there for any time you need it.
But there's one thing you need to know. Yeah, so they never forgive, they never forget.
That's okay. Neither do I. I'll be there for you. He's a good kid.
Hey, Battle, come here. Hey, listen. You saw what I did to Danny Duggan, right?
Did I ever?
I mean, I've already proven I'm the better man.
Yeah.
Everybody else already knew that.
What you did was fantastic.
Hey, you know what? You ever seen one of these before?
I'm pretty familiar with it.
You are familiar with this? Well, Danny's neck isn't 100%, if you catch my drift. And I'd actually prefer his neck to be at about 10%. 10%. So I got a little bit of pull around here. So what I'm thinking, if you're up for it, of course.
Well, I'm up for anything.
You know,
I'm up for
you
it. Especially if it has to do with Hotshot Danny Duggan.
This guy? Okay. Well, how about we do heavy metal against Hotshot Danny Duggan, and you prove to him who the real man is around here. I already know, but you know, just for his own sake, you should just take him out.
I'll tell you what, Madison. I'm in.
You're in?
I'm in.
We got a deal.
We got a deal.
Oh,
I can't wait.
you might need that. No, not for you.
Hotshot Danny Duggan's in.
He'll need it. Thanks, buddy.
All right.
Make sure no one just kind of keep it on that. Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Give your body the edge in one click with musclesbymyers.com. We have sports supplements, vitamins and minerals for all lifestyles and levels of fitness. And call or email for free one-on-one guidance. Smart buyers shop at Myers and musclesbymyers.com.
Have
you ever thought about becoming a professional wrestler? What about working behind the scenes in professional wrestling? Well, now's your chance. The CWE Elite Wrestling Academy is now accepting students. Learn from the best that Canadian Wrestling's Elite has to offer by signing up today. Our trainers have traveled the world from Canada and the US all the way to Mexico and Japan, been featured on TV and pay-per-view all across the world. All you have to do is send an email to info@cwecanada.ca to get the ball rolling. Make your dreams come true and contact Canadian Wrestling's Elite today. Thursday, June 27th, Canadian Wrestling's Elite makes its debut in Arborg, Manitoba at the Arborg Bifrost Community Center. 409 Recreation Center. Come check out all the stars of Canadian Wrestling's Elite. Bell time is 7 p.m. Tickets are $12 in advance and $15 at the door. This show will feature Arborg wrestling icon Chip, the Hardcore Kid Fletcher. Come down Thursday, June 27th and check out all the stars of Canadian Wrestling's Elite. June 28th, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canadian Wrestling's Elite returns featuring former WWE Tag Team Champion Paul London. This event goes down at the Casa de Minho Portuguese Center, 1080 Wall Street, is brought to you by 123approved.ca. Tickets are only $15 in advance, and you can get those tickets at Blade Hair Design, Rudy's Video, or Video 1001. Monday, July 1st, Canada Day. Canadian Wrestling's Elite makes its debut in Selkirk, Manitoba, as a part of the Canada Day Street Festival. Come check out all the stars of Canadian Wrestling's Elite, as well a special appearance by Selkirk's own Matt Fairlane. All this goes down at 12 noon Canada Day on Manitoba Avenue, right on the street in Selkirk, Manitoba. Friday, July 5th, Canadian Wrestling's Elite makes its debut at the Rookie Sports Bar inside the Central Hotel in Transcona. Bell time is 8 p.m. Tickets are only $10. They are available at the door or online at diobo.com. You must be 18 years of age or older to attend this event. Friday, August 23rd, Canadian Wrestling's Elite returns to Winnipeg with a show featuring former WWE Intercontinental Champion Val Venus. The show goes down at the Holy Cross Gymnasium, 290 Dubuque Street. Tickets are available for $15 in advance. You can get those tickets at Blade Hair Design, Rudy's Video, Video 1001, or online at diobo.com. And then the next night, Saturday, August 24th, Canadian Wrestling's Elite makes its return to Selkirk, Manitoba with a free show featuring former WWE superstar Val Venus. All this goes down at the Selkirk waterfront. Show starts at 6 p.m. Be sure to come check out Canadian Wrestling's Elite as we come to a town near you.
Tune in to CWE TV next week when the tag team champions M-Max, Mentolo, and Tyler Colton defend their CWE tag team titles.
Dave Petro in the locker room area. His opponent has been finalized. We're talking about next week, right here on CWE Wrestling. Stevie Richards is facing the A-lister, self-proclaimed A-lister, Anderson.
Something else though, right?
I've said many times.
Say it on local TV.
I can't. There's
huge deal. We don't
when you
use television.
When you say A-list, there's usually the word whole after that though. But ATM and
you were kicked off for that? No, I don't think so.
You're going head-to-head next week, right here on CWE Wrestling with ATM.
All joking aside, it's somebody like ATM that's the reason I came here. That's what I talked about 2 weeks ago, is being here at CWE with young lines, with young guys. But I kind of get a 2-for-1 deal in this match because I get to take on somebody that's young, somebody that's capable, somebody that's talented, but somebody, like you said in the beginning, is sort of a jerk. So the first thing I get to do is beat some of the best talent, maybe one of the best talents here in CWE. The other thing I get to do is actually beat up a punk-ass bitch at the same time. That's great, and I get paid. That's awesome. That's like a triple threat, not like the Shane Douglas one. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I gotta get ready. I can't wait.
I was saying, we're talking 1 week's time. Stevie Richards, ATM, our main event on CWE Wrestling. We'll be right back.
JJ, come out and play. JJ, I'm just here to borrow a cup of sugar and some Kool-Aid. JJ? JJ? Garbage. JJ, are you in there? JJ? JJ! 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 JJ, are you in there? Locked. JJ! JJ! JJ, I can hear you in there! It's your best friend! Corey! JJ! JJ! I'm gonna find something to break the door down with!
Hey, I'm backstage with Danny Duggan. Now, last week, Shane Madison walked out on your guys' match. What are your feelings on that, and what are your feelings about him making a match between you versus Heavy Metal next week?
Shane Madison, as the old saying goes, you can run, but you can't hide. To you, hitting me with the car is fun and games, but I'm not laughing. Actually, it's quite the opposite, Shane Madison. You can put heavy metal in the way, but it's a roadblock. It's a roadblock on the highway to me getting my hands on you. So Shane Madison, you better have eyes in the back of your head, because I'm coming.
All right, let's check it out.
Tonight's main event is brought to you by McDowell's Gym, located at 181 Stradbrook Avenue in Winnipeg. For more info, visit mcdowellsgym.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first. Weighing in at 227 pounds from Vulcan Beach, Manitoba. Hot shot, Danny Duggan.
Whatever town, whatever program he's on, the ratings go up. Hot shot, Danny Duggan.
You know who's not a fan of Danny Duggan right now? CWE officials.
Yes, yeah, absolutely right.
They are cautiously optimistic getting in the ring with Duggan, who's a bit of a loose cannon right now after everything that Shane Madison has put him through just last week on CWE TV. Sorry, 2 weeks ago on CWE TV. Danny Duggan attacking referee Bubbles McFly, planting with a rock bottom in the middle of the ring, and getting fined heavily by Shane Madison in the process.
Well, let's put things in perspective as we wait for Dave King to announce his opponent. I'm a little frustrated, but I want to put things in perspective. Danny Duggan back in January was, for lack of a better term, screwed out of the CWE Championship by Executive Ambassador Shane Madison.
Yep, we can go all the way back, you're right.
And then he got no answers. We're talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks. He had no idea. And that's like, being left at the altar and not knowing why, because these guys were tight. Shane Madison, Dan Duggan were friends.
Yeah, we had running buddies together for years here.
And then didn't get a lot of answers. And then he got run over by a car.
Yeah, he certainly did. Shane Madison tried to take him out for good. Danny Duggan played possum a couple of weeks ago, tricked everybody, including us. And Danny Duggan tried to get his revenge on Shane Madison, but went a little bit overboard. Shane Madison won the match by disqualification.
Yeah.
Danny Duggan flipped his lid. Rock bottom referee Bubbles McFly. Madison won the match. Duggan got fined, and now Duggan finds himself here trying to regroup, get back on track against international superstar Heavy Metal.
And not only got fined, so Shane Madison he took it into his own hands to take some of the merchandise money away from the souvenir stand that Danny Duggan was selling his merchandise. So not only did he get fined, the money didn't come to him, but he had to pay for the stuff that was sold. It was absolutely ridiculous what's going on. The Benedict Arnold-like ways of Shane Madison.
Yeah, Heavy Metal, could have had some instruction in the back from Shane Madison.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And Heavy Metal looking to put an end to Danny Duggan here in CWE, as has Shane Madison been doing the past several months. Duggan's got the crowd behind him, as he always does, and this match about to get underway. Danny Duggan versus Heavy Metal.
I like this guy. I like Heavy Metal. I think the guy has a solid foundation of wrestling skills.
Been all over the world.
He has, and he's got a good look. And, the fans here in Gladstone, they don't know what to think of him because I think it's their first opportunity seeing Heavy Metal in action. But I've seen this guy in action before, and I'm quite impressed. Danny Duggan has his work cut out for him tonight.
Yeah, Danny Duggan's had some landmark matches here in CWE with people like Bring the Pain Matt Fairlane, with the Pissed Off Pitbull Robbie Royce, and, of course, Mentolo. This could be another one of those matches. Heavy Metal, Danny Duggan, very evenly matched, so this one could go either way. I expect a blockbuster and could very well be a 5-star matchup.
Now, Heavy Metal, I think he was telling the referee that he believed that Danny Duggan pulled his hair, but that's a lot of hair to pull. I think that he'd know if his hair was pulled.
Yeah, it certainly is. It difficult, Dave? You've been in the ring before with guys with long hair, obviously. Is it tough to avoid pulling the hair sometimes?
Absolutely. You take any kind of advantage that you want. And some guys, though, however, Heavy Metal doesn't fit into this category, but some guys, you didn't want to pull their hair because you didn't know how long ago it was since the last time they had a good shower. It's kind of like when we see that big gargantuan, that big ugly, the guy with a smock that just
Cannibal.
Oh, I tell you, I wouldn't touch his hair. I didn't. Whereas, Matt, could you imagine going under that mask of sicko?
Nope, I don't want to imagine that.
So yeah, there's some guy's hair you just don't want to pull.
Heavy Metal now working the leg of Danny Duggan right in the center of the ring here in Gladstone, Manitoba. It's our TV main event, CWE TV. Thank you for joining us.
But Heavy Metal has nice hair. In fact, I had an opportunity back in the locker room.
You were smelling his hair, weren't you?
I was smelling his hair. I was. The guy has nice smelling hair. He's a nice smelling man.
I saw you walk past him and you stopped as you got behind him and you...
Yeah, you called me sicko because that's what sicko does.
Yeah, and then you looked around your back thinking sicko was behind you and ran away.
That's true, he was. I think he was touching the back of my neck.
Beautiful takeover there by Heavy Metal as we get back to the in-ring action. Just having some fun. Dave Petro, Mike Young with you on CWE TV. Don't forget, June 28th, Casa Dominio Portuguese Center in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Paul London comes to town, former WWE superstar, former Ring of Honor superstar, and a guy who will bring maximum velocity to Winnipeg.
Absolutely, and don't forget, we're talking about a huge television main event next week, Mike.
Yeah, we certainly are, and that's Stevie Richards, the one, the only, former WWE, WCW, ECW superstar, taking on a guy who earned a shot at him just last week, Anderson Tyson Moore.
You know what, and I have never been a fan of Anderson Tyson Moore, but I gotta say one thing, and I gotta give him, if he could take this to heart, he has a tremendous opportunity now, not only on a national stage, not only in the CWE, to really put this, I would say, almost garbage behind him. Get in there, get a solid match, make a great account for yourself, and there'll be no shame in losing to Stevie Richards because Stevie Richards is a top international star.
Yeah, but if he can beat Stevie Richards in the center of the ring, he could be a step or two away from a CWE championship match.
Can't see that happening. Stevie Richards is a well-seasoned machine.
Well, we'll see next week here on CWE TV. You can see for yourself. Just make sure to join us. If you miss any of the episodes, you can catch them online, CWE's YouTube channel, and you can find out all the info you need on CWE at CWEcanada.ca as Danny Duggan takes Heavy Metal over with an arm drag takeover. A lot of headlocks, arm locks here to kick off the match. The two of them trying to wear each other down so they can inflict their own offense on each other.
Well, from what I know, these two men aren't that familiar with each other. They haven't had that many matches. They haven't been in the ring with each other. So this is the kind of thing when you have holds like the arm drags and the wrist locks that we see being applied right now. these are the kind of things, because now you're still in your heads trying to formulate strategy, because again, you don't know a lot about your opponent.
It's a feeling out process.
Yes.
We've seen from a lot of wrestlers here in CWE before the early portions of the contest. This one going on a little bit longer than normal. Like I said, both of these guys highly skilled. They respect each other in the ring, and neither wants to make the first mistake as Heavy Metal lands a knee right to the midsection of Danny Duggan.
He just ratcheted up the aggressiveness in this match, and of course now we're seeing a little bit of a little roughhouse tactics, if you will.
Heavy Metal comes in, Duggan jumps over, rolls out of the way, comes in, ducks under again, sends Heavy Metal into the ropes and catches him with an arm drag takeover. There's another one, sending Heavy Metal outside of the ring to regroup.
Wow, that was fast action.
A little eye gouge there by Heavy Metal climbing back in the ring, and the tables turn once again. A topsy-turvy back-and-forth matchup. Duggan looked to be going into the ring post of the turnbuckle, but blocked it with his foot, and Heavy Metal catches the turnbuckle from the outside of the ring. Don't know if he caught any of that metal exposed steel there, as Duggan brings him hard into the ring. They see coming into the ring the hard way there.
Absolutely old school kind of tactics, taking me back to my old days watching the American Wrestling Association Saturday nights on global television.
Heavy Metal now begging off and suckering Duggan in as Duggan plants his face right on that second turnbuckle. Now Heavy Metal back in control. You are old. AWA wasn't called global television back then, I'll tell you that right now.
I tell you what, I watched it when it was on KCND, even before CKND, Mike.
Just jumble up the letters there?
That's what they did when they moved from Pembina, North Dakota to Winnipeg.
Unbelievable. His history lesson from Dave Petro here on CWE TV, and Duggan back in control in one corner with chops to the chest of Heavy Metal. It's tough. You take your eyes off these two guys for a second, and the other one is in control, as we see Heavy Metal now with a chop to the chest of Duggan. Duggan ducks out of the way, and he caught Heavy Metal with a chop.
Huge chop.
Real back and forth action here as Heavy Metal sent into the corner. Duggan comes in with a back elbow splash.
Wow.
And plants him with an inverted atomic drop.
Making a little fun of him too.
There's a clothesline by Danny Duggan. Pinfall attempt, 2. Kick out there by Heavy Metal. It's one of the first chances we've seen of crowning a winner in this matchup, and Duggan looks to finally be the man who's asserted some control in this matchup as he comes into the ropes, and Heavy Metal grabbed the official and put him in front of him and caught him with a stiff right hand to the face.
And the referee's back was turned for that too. Now he's just going to work on hotshot Danny Duggan. Heavy Metal being very aggressive in this match.
This match is a seesaw of emotions for both men. Up and down, back and forth. Heavy Metal now in control of this thing, setting Duggan up in the corner and sends him hard. Yeah, you saw the ring move on that one. Hard into the turnbuckles. Danny Duggan down and kicking on the mat. He is in some serious pain.
Wow, and not only pain, but it knocks the wind right out of you, so he's always gasping for breath when something like that happens.
Heavy Metal following up with another, right across the ring to the other side, and Duggan wrenching in pain. The look on his face, pure agony. 1, 2. Heavy Metal using the ropes there for leverage, but Duggan able to kick out just after 2.
And a skullduggery again by Heavy Metal, using the ropes.
Yeah, certainly in control of this matchup now, has taken advantage of the rule book to gain an advantage. However, no one's going to argue that Heavy Metal laying a beating right now on Danny Duggan, doing what it takes to get ahead and make an impact here in CWE. And what better way to make an impact than taking out one of the top stars, Danny Duggan.
Referee kind of being a little lenient in his count here, letting the guys go at it outside the ring, because referee should be counting a little heavier, a little more enthusiasm. But I don't think anybody in this building wants to see a count-out finish.
I don't think anyone in the referee circle wants to be the guy who counts out Danny Duggan.
Or Heavy Metal for that matter too, but now the referee's going to join the fray on the outside, ordering Heavy Metal back into the ring. Oh, not really.
Heavy Metal doing his best to break the count, head back out to the floor, and continue this beatdown of Danny Duggan right out here on the arena floor as they move further into the crowd. Now back towards the ring. Heavy Metal literally beating Danny Duggan from pillar to post here in the middle of this matchup.
Wow, this is an aggressive side of Heavy Metal that I have not seen. I've seen more of a fast and flashy style, but now he is rough and tumble on the outside, right in front of all the great fans here in Gladstone tonight.
Yeah, Heavy Metal pounding away, clubbing blows to the back after bouncing Duggan's head off one of those merchandise tables just outside the ring. Heavy Metal in firm control, and he's just outside of our vantage point. I can't see exactly what Heavy Metal is doing to Danny Duggan, but looks like he just slingshotted it up into a forearm shot.
Whoa.
The referee has not gained any control over this match as of yet.
Gotta do something. Come on, Danny, get back in the ring. The referee, is this no DQ, Mike? No count-out?
Like I said, the referees are not eager to put an early end to Danny Duggan's nights in the ring. The referee right now could find himself rock-bottomed if he makes a mistake.
Do you think?
2. A kick out there by Duggan just before 3.
Do you think this referee might be in the back pocket of Shane Madison?
Who knows what kind of dealings have been done by Shane Madison? I don't know. You don't know. I'm not going to question it because I'm just here happy to be doing my job.
Think about it. This shifty ref, we haven't seen much of him lately at all in CWE. And now that Shane Madison kind of flexing his muscles, if you will, as executive ambassador, I wouldn't be surprised if this shifty-looking referee is in the back pocket of the executive ambassador.
Well, let's just, before we jump to any conspiracy theories or conclusions, let's just see this match play out a little bit. Okay. Heavy Metal nails a back elbow, and Duggan able to kick out before 3 again. Heavy Metal has been in control now for almost the last 10 minutes of this matchup, just pummeling away on Danny Duggan after taking him outside to the floor, and now he locks in a headlock in the center of the ring, and after that early wearing down process, the feeling out, and now the beating, this could be a hold that Danny Duggan might have to tap out to.
Absolutely. We're not sure if this is a front face lock, a front chin lock, or maybe even a chokehold, because, I don't know, I'm starting to kind of have a stink eye on this referee right now.
Referee right down there, checking on Danny Duggan. Duggan keeps raising his arm, so he is still in this, getting back to his feet now. Duggan trying to fight out with some shots to the midsection.
Fighting back.
And Heavy Metal locked that choke in harder, but Duggan got out of it, dropped down, and looks like they took each other down, running into each other. It wasn't a double clothesline as much as it was a collision in the center of the ring.
Absolutely. High-impact collision. What a main event this week, Mike. Heavy Metal, hotshot Danny Duggan.
Yes.
This is huge.
And speaking of main events, you mentioned it earlier, Stevie Richards and Anderson Tyson Moore go head-to-head next week on CWE TV. And from what I'm hearing, we're also going to see the pissed-off Pitbull Robbie Royce take on a guy who's in the ring right now, and that is Heavy Metal.
Wow, is that a championship match?
So think if Heavy Metal can knock off Danny Duggan here tonight and knock off the CWE champion next week, we could see the new face of CWE as Heavy Metal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said, I've seen this man. I've done my homework. I've watched a little bit of him on YouTube. I've seen some tapes and I've seen some DVDs, and he's impressed me. And now he's adding that aggressiveness to his repertoire tonight with a huge dropkick. He got it right in the chops.
Yeah, Danny Duggan firing back, trying to get himself back in this matchup. And one thing that I've been happy to see as we were worried about it, beautiful crossbody there. This could be it. 1, 2. Oh, Heavy Metal kicking out. What we were worried about going into the match 2 weeks ago with Shane Madison was Danny Duggan's neck. Of course, he was hit by a vehicle.
Yep.
Danny Duggan sold that neck injury, tricked us all. I think this could be a rock bottom here, but Heavy Metal forces him back into the turnbuckle. Duggan tricked us all. Looked like the neck was 100%. And doesn't seem to be bothering him here tonight, which is a good sign.
That's great because, something like that, a neck injury, a back injury, you'll never know how it's going to come back to affect you later in your life.
Danny Duggan might have a rib injury as he's been grabbing at those lately. 1, 2, 3. Oh, a kick out there at the last second by Heavy Metal.
That was close.
Duggan came off the second rope with a drop kick, and you don't see Duggan fly too often, but when he does, he usually makes it count. Danny Duggan now could be setting Heavy Metal up for a rock bottom.
Yeah, there it comes.
Again, this is the second time now he's gone for it, and the second time Heavy Metal's had it scouted, able to fight out of it, going for some underhooks there, picking him up. This could be a backslide. Which way is it going to go, though?
Two guys fighting tooth and nail here.
Roll up. 1, 2, 3. Danny Duggan got him. Your winner, the hotshot, CWE's franchise, Danny Duggan. Absolutely unbelievable contest from both of these guys.
I'm out of breath. That was fantastic action.
I don't think Heavy Metal can believe it. It wasn't a high-impact maneuver that solved this matchup. It was basically just a roll-up. Catching Heavy Metal off guard was Danny Duggan. And look out! A boot to the skull from Heavy Metal, and Duggan sent spilling out to the floor.
Graciously accept defeat, Heavy Metal. Come on.
And we mentioned it earlier, Madison might have paid off Heavy Metal to do some damage on Danny Duggan, and that appears to be the case.
The referee's not doing anything to stop it.
Oh my goodness. Is he going to pile drive? Oh my God, the neck!
Oh my!
He just pile drive Danny Duggan on the floor, the concrete floor here in Gladstone, Manitoba, damaging the neck of Danny Duggan even further. Not minutes ago did I just say the neck doesn't look like it's bothering Duggan. And now this, an attack, and look at this. Here comes Robbie Royce. Here comes Nate Hardy, the guy who's going to face heavy metal next week, and a guy who is a friend of Danny Duggan's. True and true, that is Nate Hardy coming to run off heavy metal. Despicable act right here by the international superstar heavy metal.